Hello and welcome to the PTSA Council video questionnaire for the candidates running for Livonia City Council. I am Mike Tusta, PTSA Advocacy Chair. We are here today at Bennett Civic Library with Jenny O'Connor, candidate for Livonia City Council. The purpose of our video questionnaire is an opportunity for the community to learn more about the candidates. PTSA Council would like to promote, encourage, and support our community and our community members to be an informed voter, and more importantly, to vote in the November election. The format of our video questionnaire is simple. Jenny will have 1 minute to introduce herself. Then we'll ask 5 in-depth questions, which will have 2 minutes to answer, and 5 speed round questions. Jenny will then have 2 minutes to give a closing statement. While City Council does not have direct oversights over the schools, they are, as community leaders, in a position to help advocate and support the schools to build a stronger community. That will be the intent of our questions. With that in mind, let's get started. Jenny, you have 1 minute to give an opening statement and explain why you picked the library for the location for this interview.
Okay, hi, my name is Jenny O'Connor. I'm running for Livonia City Council, and I'm really excited to be here today at Bennett Civic Center Library with some of our Livonia school students. I myself am a Livonia Public Schools graduate. I graduated in 2000 from Franklin High School. I was heavily involved in theater there, and I'm really excited to be here at the library because I feel like libraries are such important, pivotal spaces in our communities, not just for education, but as gathering spaces for our community. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Here to help me ask questions is Nick Emanuel from Stevenson. I'm going to handle the first question before I pitch it over to them. So the first question, Jenny, is in recent years, millages for LPS, Clarenceville, Schoolcraft, Wayne Risa were successfully approved by the voters and are critical funding sources for our schools. Some of these millages will be up for renewal in the coming years. With this competition for voter approval, how do you balance the needs of our schools with other city priorities that lack funding?
That's a really good question. Thank you for asking that. I know that right now our city is at a pivotal point where we have a lot of infrastructure that needs to be addressed. However, I feel really strongly that it's more crucial to make sure that our students and our schools have the resources they need for our kids and our students to learn and grow. I myself have 2 children that are students in Livonia Public Schools, and personally I would always vote in favor of a millage for schools and education over and above anything else, probably close to I don't know, neck and neck with public safety. Those are 2 really, really crucial non-negotiables for me.
Okay, thank you. Nick, you can ask the next 2 questions, please.
Hi, I'm Nick Finch. I am a student at Stevenson High School. I'm involved in the global education program as well as being a captain of both the swim and tennis teams. My first question for you is, do you have any ideas on how the city of Livonia can help promote and grow youth sports? And what would you do as a council member to support and promote these ideas?
Thank you. That's a good question. Okay, youth sports are super important. We have a society that I think in some ways has kind of moved away from physical activity because we're in a digital era. But I feel like youth sports are super important, not just from a physical health standpoint, but also from team building and learning how to interact and socialize for kids and students. I think that the City Council can help advocate for student sports in our schools by helping support things like grant funding and programs that might help boost those programs. And I think that there could also be some programs in place for shared city services, such as fields for the students to play on, practice, and potentially for facilities and things like that.
Thank you. My next question. Over the past decade or so, there have been several new housing developments on former LPS properties. What would you like to see happen with the remaining LPS properties that are vacant? And what would you do as a council member to support this?
Okay, housing on LPS properties. Well, I think this is a really important dialogue because we have a huge housing shortage in the city of Livonia, and so I think that there's a good way to find balance between single-family homes and potential other options for housing, potentially multifamily housing. I also have a lot of ideas surrounding potential like tiny home type developments as well for people who are entering the housing market and want to own property but maybe can't afford to buy a traditional freestanding home. But I think that taking kind of a one-size-fits-all approach to just automatically plunking housing on a former LPS site is not necessarily like a a one-size-fits-all approach. So I think that's something that will really have to be carefully weighed on a site-by-site basis based on the school location and then the surrounding community.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Nick. We're going to take a brief break from the in-depth questions and do 5 speed round questions. These are tended to be spontaneous, brief answers. Try to keep it to around 10 seconds or less. So the first one is, what is your favorite Livonia park or community space?
My favorite Livonia park is Meese Park. It's right down the street from where I live, and it's also in the neighborhood I grew up in. And it's my favorite park because when I was growing up, when we were young teens in the 90s and we didn't really have a whole lot to do, we would just kind of go walk around and meander at the park. So that was kind of our favorite hangout spot.
What is your favorite Livonia event?
The Spree.
What is your go-to Livonia restaurant or business?
Ooh, knee-jerk reaction. Haraz Coffee on Plymouth Road. They have the best pistachio latte. I recommend it iced.
And what community involvement have you had for at least the last 3 years?
Oh wow, there's a lot of them. We will go with volunteering in the schools. Both of my kids are Livonia students, so I do volunteer in the schools.
Okay. And are you or have you ever been a member of a PTA?
I have, yes.
Okay, great. Manuel, take over. The last 2 questions, please.
My name is Manuel. I'm a junior at Stevenson High School. I played tennis last year, and I'm planning on playing tennis next year. My first question for you is, do you have any ideas on how the city of Livonia can help to improve pedestrian safety and traffic flow in school areas? And what would you do as a council member to support or promote these ideas?
Oh, this is a solid question, and anybody who is a parent in Livonia Public Schools and has ever driven their children to school understands what an absolute debacle the drop-off and pickup lines can be. Let's not mince words about that. And I don't believe that that's any one individual's problem, but it's definitely something that requires a solution, and it's something that's going to require a lot of collaboration to come up with a solution for. So what I would recommend is collaboration between the city, Wayne County, our local police, and then potentially even looking at things like grant funding sources for safer pedestrian walkways and better signage.
Okay. My next question is, what is your overall vision for the city's relationship with its public schools, and how would you as a council member advocate for this vision?
I love this question. Okay, so my vision for the city collaborating with schools is, again, that collaboration is so important because council does not control the schools. And so we'll always end up with the best result when people are working together toward a common goal. I am a strong proponent in my day job of workforce development in the skilled trades. And I know we have the Livonia Career Technical Center, and I believe that the city could work really closely with Livonia Public Schools to not only advocate for the skilled trades in our community and teaching students what those are all about, but I also think that we could potentially come up with a program where Livonia Public Schools might have a pipeline for students who are interested in government and politics to potentially perform internship type duties in our city's government as well.
All right, thank you. That concludes our Q&A. Jenny, you now have up to 2 minutes to give a closing statement.
Okay. Again, I'm Jenny O'Connor. I'm running for Livonia City Council. I want to thank you guys so much for your thoughtful questions this evening. It was really nice to chat with all of you. I am available for any kinds of questions or concerns anybody would like to reach out at. I do have an online portal at my website, which is jennyo'connor.org. That's Jenny with 2 N's, YOCONNOR.org. And I would really appreciate your vote on November 4th. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That concludes our video questionnaire. Thank you to Jenny O'Connor for her time and participation today. Thank you to Nick and Emmanuel, and behind the scenes, Joy, for keeping us on time and helping with the video. And finally, remember to vote on or before November 4th. Thank you.
Thank you.